What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and I am here with another locals results. 38 players. Yeah, we actually hit 41 at some point, but Discord did its own thing. So 38 player locals, the biggest locals in the world. We just keep growing. If you wish to play at these locals, we host them every Friday at 8 p.m. Central European Time. Free entry, opened to all regions, proxy legal, streamed on Twitch and YouTube. So if you wish to participate, go check out our Discord, link is in the description below. And of course, a huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons. They buy us coffee, they keep this crazy content grind going. And guys, thanks out for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a patron is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with a breakdown. So these webcam locals were once again organized by us, by the Lookout. 38 players in total, like an insane number of players. Huge shout out to everyone who came to participate. Best of one pre-side, 6 rounds. Yes, 6 rounds. Insane. We run these locals every Friday. It's a free event, it's proxy legal, it's open to all regions. Drop by, have fun, our community is awesome. And guys, yeah, Masters is really going strong, and I'm super happy to see that. And I hope that everyone participating had a lot of fun at the event. Now, let's check out the top 16. Here it is, everyone, the top 16. Huge shout out and congrats to everyone who made it to the top 16. First place, Bugman's U7 Goku. Yeah, Bugman wins the tournament with U7 Goku. We're gonna have this build. By the way, guys, we don't have all of the decks because we don't take decklist submissions. So we have a couple of them. But we have the first place. Then second place, Apeku. Yeah, Apeku, second place. Congrats. Third place, SS4 Vegito Zeno. So SS4 Vegito Zeno keeps going strong even at our locals. And then we see a bit more of Tapion. So we usually don't see this many meta decks in the top 8. But Tapion, mostly because of upcoming regionals, I believe, shows up here at 4th and 5th place. Then 6th and 7th place, SS4 Vegito Zeno, following Tapion very closely. And then 8th place, Cell Reboot. Yes, Cell Reboot shows up at 8th place, congrats. 9th place, Future Gohan. So the big bad red meta deck is on 9th place. Then more Tapion, 10th and 11th place, Tapion again. 12th place, Android 17 Invoker, or the fake Invoker, how Peter calls it. 13th place, Fu. That's always cool to see. So Fu has historically been like the second best black deck. I mean, it was the best black deck in the previous meta, now is the second best choice. 14th place, Namek Goku. Okay, so the big BT24 Goku is showing up here in the top 16. It's always cool to see this deck perform well. 15th place, a huge surprise, Vegeta BT24. So yeah, BT24 Vegeta shows up on the 15th place. It's cool, I haven't seen this one top anywhere before, so it's awesome to see it. Huge congrats. And then finally, 16th place, Yellow Sin. Yeah, Yellow Sin, pretty cool deck, still pretty strong. I believe it's just one of those decks that people just stopped playing. But the deck is still very strong. Huge congratulations to everyone, and now let's check out some deck lists. Okay everyone, I am here once again with the Deck Planet, the best deck builder in the world for Masters, Fusion World, One Piece, and Star Wars Unlimited. Yeah, so we've got a lot of things here on Deck Planet. Now let's check out the first place. This is Bugman's U7. Yeah, so Bugman's U7 build. Congrats Bugman, 60 cards. Going through it, we see, of course, we see the Backbone is the super combo. I think more and more of these builds are gravitating towards Backbone. Then we have the SCR here, which is Yano. So 1 copy of Yano and only 1 copy of Universe at stake. That is a bit risky. That's a possibility of pulling it RPD, man. Like, that's a very, very risky. Hopefully you... I mean, obviously you didn't break during the tournament. Hopefully you didn't break during the regionals as well. Then we have more defensive options. 3-time Magic, 2 Flying Nimbuses. So it's more of a defensive build. We have, of course, Final Flash here. 1 Hunt of the Demon God to get rid of the, cheeky spark encounters. We have 2 Vegetos. So yeah, very, very defensive build. It's not Porunga, it's Yano defensive U7. And now something that you don't usually see. 2 Mecha Freezes. Yeah, 2 Mecha Freezes. A lot of decks have dropped Mecha Frieza after the Z Extras came out. It's cool to see it. 2 Steadfast Assistances, and for even added defense, 2 Vegeta Unisons of Fury. Because these ones really, really pull weight when you're facing against the SS4 Vegeto deck. Then we have 7th place BMK's SS4 Vegeto. Well, speaking of the devil, here is the SS4 Vegeto. Going through it, it's pretty standard. It's running a couple of cool things. And I have been seeing these ones a lot lately. Gogeta Fearless Fusion. It's just a Union Fusion for 1 energy. It's a blocker, but when it's played, it gets to warp a 4 or less battle card ignoring barrier. So just some extra removal. For 1 energy, there's no real reason not to run it, especially because the majority of your cards are Goku and Vegeta Xenos. So it's on 99% of the time. The only thing is they have to be of the same power, but as you can see, that's not really an issue. 4 Cumbers, of course, 2 Bardock's as Floodgates, 2 Kai Labyrinths, also a very popular inclusion now in SS4 builds. Evil Saiyan, because it's the 2nd best SCR in the game. Then we see Thwarting, 1 Hostile Encounter, and then the rest is pretty standard. And of course you run 1 copy of Kraken Spacetime for a cheeky win out of nowhere. And then we have the Z deck and the side deck. I forgot to show the Z deck and the side deck here as well. This is very interesting to see here actually. Okay, it is a Floodgate, that's cool. So those were the 2 decks. Then we have 8th place Violet's Cell Reboot. Congrats Violet, 60 cards in the deck. Yeah, it's a very, very big deck. But Violet said that she didn't have any problems with 60 cards. The deck draws a lot and she likes playing a big diverse engine. So as you can see here, this deck did horrible things to people from what I have read in the Discord. So running the Cell engine, so it's basically a combination of the Cell chain. So you run the 1-drops, you run your 4-drop with barrier, you run the big guy that attacks twice, and then also an old combo that we have seen when the deck came out. It's Wretched Regeneration and Perfect Force Cell. So on 5 energy, you play this guy from underneath the leader, your opponent discards until they have only 3 remaining, and then you have ways of dealing with those 3. For example, you can do Vegeto, which is like, okay, opponent discards 3 from hand, and that's the entire hand gone. The SCR of choice is Cell Xeno, which is also another way of doing a full hand destruction in 1 turn. You go into this guy, then you assemble the Cell Xeno. Usually we used to do it for Charismatic Welon. And now you have to put in a bit more work, but it is possible to do so. And then you rip the hand. And a very, very, very spicy inclusion in this build is the Ultimate Bio Android, the blue Cell from BT17. So you do need to pay a blue energy to play him from the energy, but however, you can actually charge him and pay the blue with him. That's a cool thing. So you charge him, You use him to pay 1 blue, and then you pay 1 green and 2 of any color. You play him from the energy, he gains double strike. He's a double strike dual attacker. When he's played, choose all of your opponent's cards and place them at the bottom of their owner's deck. Just wipes the board. And then once per turn, if it's in battle, when opponent uses counter attack, they place 1 card from their hand to the bottom of the deck. Super strong. And of course, two copies of Android 20 to give your leader like a cheeky double strike. The Z deck is Z leader, Frieza and Jiren, and the side deck is just a bit of more cells, Shocking Deadpool for free negate, and the newest cells Kamehameha. Then we are moving to 9th place, Lost Killer's Future Gohan. And Lost Killer is trying out something new that Demokritos found out, is running the black engine in it. So Lost Killer has been experimenting with red-black Future Gohan, because now I know that these Brolys, they count both as red and black. So you can just charge them because they're treated as black in all areas. They're basically multicolored. They give you black energy as well as red. I think this one has the same permanent. Yeah. So he's running 6 black energies in total. And then for black cards, 4 copies of Cumber. This is such a cool tech. And I believe that this will catch on the red-black builds in red decks. Because red historically struggles with barrier removal. And now you can do it with black energy. Just use Cumber for 1 energy, you warp anything ignoring barrier, pretty much anything. Then we have an extra floodgate in Bardock the Tenacious, and we have a monster of a Wincon, of an SCR in Evil Saiyan. Because you have black energy to pay for Evil Saiyan. So now the best red deck in the game is running the second best SCR in the game. And is running the best, I'm sorry for, I accidentally hit my mic. And is running the best barrier removal in the game. Like this is, I think this is what the future of red decks is starting to look like. That we will start moving in the direction of red-black slowly. And here we have the Z deck and the side deck. Also cool thing, it allows you to play this card. It allows you to play, you don't need to for black smoke anything. Yeah, it just allows you to play this guy basically. That's super cool. Then we have Dan the Man's 10th place Tapion. Congrats Dan. From what I am seeing here, so I would say it is just Tapion, but it's also running Hero Degarn. So it's running Hero for some extra ramp. It's a 30k big guy, where basically when he attacks, you choose 1, your opponent places 1 card from their hand on top of the deck, or the other effect doesn't matter, so it's semi-hand disruption. And activate main, you KO 1 of your battle cards and you add the top card of your deck to your energy in rest mode. And when do you get to play him? You pay free energy if you have 2 or more blue and or green cards in your battle area and combo area, which Tapion is always going to have, because he always combos 2. It's a pretty neat engine. I'm not super sold on how good it is, but I have seen players having a lot of success with it. There is 1 Unison, and there are 2 copies of Heroic Prospect. Heroic Prospect is 1 card that people should start looking at once again, especially with the SS4 Vegito Xeno topping so often. So I believe that Heroic Prospect is one of the cards that if you're running Tapion, you should probably start looking at including a Unison and Heroic Prospect in your deck. Because unlike, for example, Defending Friends, Heroic Prospect is a card that your opponent is really going to be struggling to deal with. Like Defending Friends you can swing through. Heroic Prospect, much more difficult to do so. And of course the SCR of choice is Hatch. So, and here we just have the Z deck and the side deck. And then the last deck that we have for today is Robin Hood's Fu. And I think that it is pretty standard. I have a Fu built and I'm still learning the deck. But yeah, 3 copies of Bardock the Tenacious just to survive. 1 Mirror Creator Absorbed as an additional win con. And also running 3 copies of the Counterplay and 1 copy of Vegito. Of course, 2 copies of Revived Ravager, which is also cool to see. That means that he's running 2 copies of the Unison, because Unison is just flat out amazing. 3 of the Fools to get your engine going, and 2 of the Labs. And finally, this is the Z deck. So yeah, those were the decks. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of this breakdown? And will you be playing at the next webcam locals, which are gonna be this Friday? So yeah, look out webcam locals, the best place to play Masters. Our community is awesome. And as you can see, there are a lot of non-meta diverse decks in the top 16. It's always cool to see this. Huge shout out to everyone participating. And yeah, let me know, will you be playing? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And while you're here, share the video. It helps out other players. See those like and subscribe buttons. Help us get to 6k subs when I'm gonna give away a booster box. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.